It's January 2026, and a lot of agency owners, seven figure operators, and AI beginners have already made a mistake that they won't be able to undo this year. Here's why most businesses are already locked into the wrong AI strategy without even realizing it. See, the most dangerous place to be in 2026 is not behind on AI, it's to be half automated. From what I've seen last year and even just the beginning of ChatGPT back in 23, people have chosen to chase speed over structure. A lot of business owners I've seen have added AI on top of broken processes. And from what I've seen is when you scale poop, you just get a pile of poop and it just gets worse and worse. The illusion really sits in, oh, look, we have AI everywhere. But people are still babysitting, they're still monitoring, they're still operating everything themselves. So it's not a real system. And what's happening is you're left with these fragile systems that aren't really compounding or generating any return on the investment, whether it was financial, your time to set it up, and it just ends up sucking. What I'm really trying to dig deep on is you could have a lot of motion without any momentum. And that's not a really good place to be at, especially when you're spending your own time and money to set these things up. So AI assisted feels productive while it doesn't scale. So if half automation is the trap, what actually compounds? Well, if a human has to babysit it, it's not leverage. So let's talk about AI that helps you think rather than AI that takes responsibility. AI that you just chat with and talk about data with versus an AI that's systemically put into your business that understands a specific process, whether it's a client onboard process, a follow-up process with a prospect. That AI is going to take responsibility and handle that matter for you versus you just chatting with AI and then having to actually do that workload yourself. The leverage sits in where the AI takes responsibility in your business for you. Most AI today, especially what I've seen a lot of last year, that it stops at suggestions and it dies without human intervention. So there's two things I really want to nail down here, right? The questions we should be asking ourselves as a business owner is, what is the lowest hanging fruit in my business that can start and finish without me? And I consider these tasks as linear tasks. But also keep in mind, just because something works without you doesn't mean it's intelligent or creating any value. And I might sound like I'm contradicting myself. I'm really not. It takes some thought into what is going to be automated first. So don't just go automating things for the sake of automating them. They actually have to make sense and they have to add value to your business first. And a lot of people just end up creating some clever systems that are cute and they're proud of them, but clever doesn't beat reliability. I want to know that my system's going to do what it needs to do every single time, not just be cute. So when humans stay in the loop forever, nothing compounds. Autonomy is the product, not intelligence. But again, autonomy will collapse without the right foundation. So moving forward, your data is the real moat, not the model itself. AI models are becoming cheaper, more accessible. Everybody's got access to ChatGPT nowadays, which means intelligence isn't commoditized. The only thing that isn't is your processes, your decisions, and your historical context. Those are proprietary to your business. You know them in and out. You know what you have to do every day to get your business running and making money. Collating that information and plugging it into the right model and giving it the right framework, the right foundation is key in building a successful AI automation in 2026 for your business. While generic AI feels impressive, it doesn't truly know your business until you can train it and teach it to understand your business. Like I said, your data is the real moat, not the model itself. Let's get that out of our heads here. And data ops is not just cool looking dashboards that give you numbers. It's about making your business legible to machines so it can actually understand what's going on. So say it with me. Everybody has the same models, nobody has your data. Which brings us to the part which most people avoid thinking about. If you can't inspect it, modify it, or integrate it, you don't own it. There are some real sexy AI options out there with a super fast setup, really cool looking user interface, and the claim of done for you, right? Done for you AI. And it is totally seducing. At every single corner, everybody's trying to get our attention through paid ads, crazy amounts of posting on social media in general, and mainstream news. But in these done-for-you options, the hidden cost is that the logic is actually abstracted. And what I mean by that is that you don't have access to the interface like behind the scenes where you can go and change things. Like if you want something done, you have to reach out to support and ask, hey, is this possible? And they have to develop it versus you having that control. And I've seen recently companies like Lovable have massive issues around this exact topic. Users on Lovable are having the hardest time switching from their platform to maybe their own like Claude and VS Code. Now, I just want to stress, I'm not anti-AI tools. Like some of these companies are great. I still use some of them. What I'm anti is anti-blind dependence on these softwares without actually understanding what you're getting involved with when you sign up for one of these platforms and start using them primarily for your business. Early convenience feels like speed. Later, it becomes a drag. So you have to weigh your options as to which direction you're going to go. You can consult with ChatGPT and ask it, hey, look, if I go down this road, what are some implications that I should be considering, especially if this is the type of business that I'm running and this is the type of business I see it developing into? And you'll see chat talking to you about migration, limited developer options, and the list can go on and on for you, really. And on the flip side, ownership does not mean building everything yourself, okay? I want to get that really clear here. What it really means is having control over change. Because as a business owner, what we all understand is that adaptability is key in surviving and growing your business. Convenience today is dependency tomorrow. So where should you slow down instead of rushing? Most AI employees are just outsourced thinking. What I mean by that is some of these platforms promise to replace roles, AI teammates, and on paper, it looks really good. But the reality is there's no understanding of why. You wouldn't just hire anybody for your business, especially if you knew their lack of understanding would come to an issue 6 months down the line, right? A lot of these AI employees have no internal learning systems and with a limited capacity to retain system knowledge, right? And when logics are hidden, teams stop thinking. And when teams stop thinking, the business weakens. These tools are not evil. Maybe I'm painting them out to be really, really bad, but they're not. They could just become dangerous if used for core work too early. So if it hides the logic, it hides the risk, which leads to the only question that actually matters. The real decision is what you're outsourcing that you'll never have to rebuild. And there's two types of work I want to hit on here. Non-core work, we could just outsource forever. Super linear and it's fine. But core work becomes super dangerous to outsource blindly, especially if you're building an app on something like Lovable. I hit on that because I've seen that recently. It's a huge problem, right? You have customer understanding, pricing logic, fulfillment decisions. These early AI decisions set habits, and your habits become the infrastructure. So when analyzing all these AI options, this is a business identity choice, not a tech stack choice. If AI is core to your business, infrastructure is not optional. Now, founder to founder, there's a lot of options out there, and I don't want to frighten anybody. I just want to give some valuable insight based off of my experience and what I've seen over these past few years, ever since ChatGPT emerged. And the concept of an AI wrapped product is the same thing as a white labeled product. These things are just packaged super nicely with just amazing marketing that just makes our brains go all tickled and crazy. But to wrap this thing up, my wish for you in this year is that you start to consider these things that I've talked about and really start to think in advance as to what the best choice is going to be for your business systems and processes. If you've gotten value out of this video, consider subscribing for more content like it. I also have a school link in my description below. If you'd like to join, it's free. You'd have access to a community of other like-minded individuals who are on this same journey, processing and considering the best AI choices for their business in 2026 and moving forward. I would love to see you there. I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.